Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Becoming a Adjessi. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, what's up, squad? I hope you guys are well. This video is going to be all about how I got into spirituality, and I want to say a special thank you to Aurora Radio. Thank you so much for your question. You asked, how did you come to realize for yourself that you should be a healer? And I'm going to be answering that. So y'all go and follow Aurora Radio and make sure you spam their account with all those likes and a lot of love. So love, light, and healing and protection to you, Aurora. And thank you so much. We're about to get into this video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all your post notifications for future videos. And also don't forget to subscribe or follow, whatever the name may be for all these social medias, to my TikTok and my Instagram at Adjessi Majesty. And also check out my website, www.adjessimajesty.com. All the links are in the description box below. Now let's get into the video. It was always there. Okay, I always say that I didn't choose this life chose me. I did not plan to be a healer or be in the spiritual world. I always wanted to help people. I've always been that way. Since I was young, I was always into helping people, sharing my stuff, giving back, and it was always a part of me. I will say now that I look back at my life, I'm like, oh my gosh, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. But yeah, this life chose me. I didn't choose it. And I'm going to explain that in the following clips of this video. But it was always there. When I'll say the earliest remembrance I have is maybe 7, whenever I got my tonsils and adenoids out. Okay, because I had trouble sleeping. I now know what sleep paralysis is. So I used to have that a lot, and I always used to sound like I was dying in my sleep, but I guess I was just astro traveling now that I think about it, because my dreams were always vivid. There's one dream I clearly remember, and it happened multiple times of me flying and stuff like that. And I used to love having those dreams, being able to fly across different landscapes, different countries. So that was always there. I always used to just know stuff, which didn't work out for me always, but that will be in another video. High school, I also used to give advice, but my advice was very brutal and very in your face, and it was with good intention, but I didn't know how to properly give messages, I guess. So it was always there. It was always there. Recently I was looking through old photos, and I noticed in all my pictures that I do know of and I do have, I'm either outside in the garden, or I remember playing with whatever was outside. I'm definitely a herbalist. I love herbs, and I just love nature. And what else? I have this look in my face, that's so Raven. I wish I could insert the clip. I'm not gonna edit in yet, so bear with me. But I used to have that's so Raven look in all my pictures. I'm just and it's what am I looking at? What am I thinking about at that time? What am I seeing that I'm so focused on? I'm 3 years old, and I just look like I'm thinking about how to how to figure out world peace or something. So it's always been there. So this is a little bit of a heavy one, but trauma. Now that I go back and I review stuff, everything that's been traumatic to me, because trauma is specific to the person and there's no like scale of what trauma really is and what it's not. It is specific to each person. But I've realized that everything that feels traumatic to me, I've been able to help someone who's been in the same situation or someone who hasn't healed from that particular trauma. I've been able to help them heal that now. So again, a lot of this video is going to be in like past tense because it all leads up to where I am today. Yeah, I got a scratch card. I just thought that would be fun to do whilst doing this because it is a little bit of like there are triggers there and it does like make you go down memory lane when you're thinking about some things like trauma. But just to be very brief with this portion of the video, trauma definitely tells you a lot about being a healer and how you can share those experiences with other people to help them heal. Moving along. Overgiven and depression. Okay, I was and still unlearning overgiving, setting boundaries. My boundaries are terrible. Okay, or no, they're not terrible now, but I'll say back then they were terrible. I always wanted to make everyone feel happy and feel safe and feel good to the point that like I was hurting myself and couldn't even see it. That was taken and my kindness was taken advantage of to the max because it's my natural state of being. Like, don't get me wrong, I have my days and I can be like you don't even want to be around me. I can honestly say that you wouldn't even want to be around me like when I get in my feelings sometimes. But I'm very, very slow to anger. That's one thing. I'm very, very slow to anger, but I'm very quick to forgiveness. So those qualities um are very much so qualities of like healers and people who are on this path. Like we are, we have to unlearn how to be overgivers and how to set good boundaries. Like honestly, being an overgiver, let me scratch a number because y'all got me going down memory lane and baby, it's getting a little bit hectic in my mind. Yeah, it's getting a little hectic in my mind. But being an overgiver led me down a rabbit hole. I wanted to overgive to the point that I wanted to be like this perfect person. I was very hard on myself for any mistake that I made, and I overextended myself to the max. There was one particular situation, which is a whole story time, and we'll talk about that another time because we're just not going to go there tonight. But there was a particular situation of which someone that I cared so much about, and like I cared so much for this person, and the smallest thing happened. It was a very, very, like now that I look at it, it was a very, very small thing, but to them, I could feel how big it was. You know what I mean? I could feel how big it was, and it wasn't just that isolated situation. It was a whole lot of stuff that this person probably wasn't addressing at the time, but I could feel it because I'm a sponge and I soak up everything. I'm an empath and I soak up everything, and the thought that, dang, how do I say this without going into the story time? Basically, long story short, something happened between a whole bunch of people and me, little old me minding my business. It was kind of like I felt isolated. Like I had done the thing. You know what I mean? Like when you see people, like it's a whole group of people, something happened, no one's stepping up, no one seems to really care about the situation, but then at the end of the day, you're the one who's like sitting there like feeling isolated. And just because like outside of the situation that was happening, I could feel all of the other things they were going through and I could feel their pain. And then just like the thought of like, I'm the person who's isolated and they probably think it's like me. that drove me insane. That drove me wild, y'all. That drove me wild just to think that a person that I cared so deeply about, thought that I could do something like that, or potentially I could have been the person to do something that was like the tipping of the iceberg. It hurts so badly, you guys. Like, it hurts so badly. We're good now, or we're working towards a new relationship now, but it hurts so badly to the point that I got really like stupid depressed, and like that was my tip of the iceberg too, because like it'd been years and years of everything else I was dealing with, and then at that point, like for that person to potentially, and I don't even know if they actually felt like that or if it was just something else going on, but like I said, it was what it was then. um just to the thought that they could possibly look at me differently drove me insane. Like, it drove me insane because it's a very big trigger for me. And it led to some things that happened, and I had my first like big awakening with that situation. That was my big awakening. And during that period, that week of awakening, I saw the world for what it was. And, once you hit a certain point, there's no going back. There's absolutely no going back. So it's like everyone walks around, or like a majority of people walk around and they just live their life freely. I can't unsee what I saw. I'll just put it that way. The reality of what this dimension looks like, mm-mm. That's why I say I'm just here, and I question myself every single day. Well, I used to. Now I'm on a new path, but I used to question myself every single day. Why would this be what I chose for myself? Like, why? Of all things I could have chose, this is what I chose to come to. But I saw the world in its most authentic form. I saw this dimension in its most authentic form. I saw systems that rule this dimension for exactly what they were. And, I don't even know if that's information I'll share, because I just want people to like allow me to enjoy myself. I don't even know if I want to like open that. But hey, guys, I just want to let y'all know that we got a winner. Your girl just won $20 or whatever. Period. Period. But anyway, let me not digress. But that situation led to a situation that led to me seeing this whole dimension in its truest form. And I can never go back after that. Did I deny things and I like avoided it? I sure the heck did, because who wants that? But that was the big reawakening moment. That was the moment that, everything that I had experienced or seen that was unreal to me at the time, that I pushed into my subconscious, like closing my third eye as a child. It was just like in my face, and I could never go back. And it was 7, 11, 9 o'clock. So we're going to move on to the next section. The twin flame journey. That thing y'all be wanting so badly, but it's just, ugh. Mind your business if you ain't got one. Don't create one. Don't create those problems for yourself. But yeah, my twin flame journey. I sometimes wonder still if my twin flame like really believe that we're twin flames, or if they're still in denial, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Because like I said, this is my last rodeo, so I'm enjoying my life. But yeah, twin flame journey. Twin flame journey. And I'll also insert here past life regression is undeniable. Like, if the quick way to find out, like the quick way to find out where you're at or what you're supposed to be doing on the spiritual journey, past life regression, I recommend it to everyone. It makes so much stuff make sense. But my twin flame journey, was, it was rough. It was rough, and it was real, and it was that nitty gritty twin flame journey, not the lovey dovey. I just want to really, really, really with the Dabba Ranch type of relationship. I also dealt with a karmic who was into and black magic, which woke me up. That would be like my second, and I'll call it adult awakening. So that was my second adult awakening. Cause yeah, it got real. It got real quick. And the thing is, I had no one to turn to really, and no one to really talk about it, because no one was really, that I knew personally, was really going through what I was going through or could conceptualize or understand it. This was around the time, like when I was into the thick of it with it, is when I started my first YouTube channel. I don't even remember what I named my first YouTube channel, but I was doing readings on there. And that's how I met Asasadelic Tarot. Y'all make sure you go and subscribe to Asasadelic Tarot. That is my sister from from way back. Okay, like in Africa would be like way back. Okay, that's my sister from way back. Yeah, so that's how I met Asasa, and we kind of both were on this spiritual evolutionary journey, and we've been on this journey together. But my twin flame awakening was a definite, like, I can write a book, okay, and I'm most likely gonna write a book on the reality of the twin flame journey. I know karmics like the back of my hand, okay? I can write a karmic handbook. I'm telling y'all, I got the keys when it comes to the karmics. That was also another confirmation that I'm supposed to be on this path. But yeah, honestly, and this is why the karmic relationship in the black magic was important, because little do you know, sis, thank you. I'm at a place now where I can say thank you. Thank you for the BS, because it really helped me out. Like, you helped me out, sis. And I gotta say thank you. You did your part. You did your part. You did that. But basically dealing with that, I came in contact with a scammer, which is another story time. That's gonna be the first story time. The scammer. And y'all just wait for it, because it's unreal. It's unreal. When y'all find out who I got scammed by, baby. But yeah, I got scammed by a fake spiritualist at that time. And after going through that experience, again, from childhood, I never want people to suffer or feel, if I feel pain or I've been through something, I never want people to go through that, which is why I was an overgiver, because I would do everything in my power to make sure that someone is uplifted and having a good day. But after dealing with the fake scammer, when it came to the twin flame situation and my second adult awakening, I wanted to be someone who could be of service and make it my mission to be as ethical and as authentic, or be as ethical and stand in my authentic truth and truly help people. Like, I would never scam anyone, because I've been in that position. And I know what that feels like. And I know how hopeless you can feel in that position when someone's telling you, like, oh, I'm going to help you, or let me do a reading for you, let me do this for you. And like, and nothing's changing. My life is still the same. Like, nothing's happening. So I wanted to be of service, and I wanted to dedicate my time to helping other people. And that also led me to my job, my current job where I work, because after being scammed, it was like, I need to find something. And mind you, this place it's been there for so long. And I just never had a reason to seek it out. But I found this place, and I met some amazing people who really helped me. And from the moment that I walked in, even though I felt like I was a hot mess, they saw me, they saw my light, they saw me beyond all the BS, and they helped me and they encouraged me. And then I actually got my first opportunity to like professionally read, and like I said, this is all due to me dealing with a karmic situation, which is why I can say thank you, because that's what they were meant to do. That's why they were brought into my life. because it was supposed to lead me to where I am today. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Real love. The journey. It's a journey that I took after the whole thing with the twin flame and dealing with the karmic doing what they were doing at the time. I put myself on a 90-day challenge. I told myself I can no longer be the person I used to be. I can no longer operate the way I used to be. And it was time to make changes, and it was time to really tune into myself and figure out if this was what I was supposed to do. So for 90 days, I did shadow work. I did shadow work. I did forgiveness of myself for certain things I did. I did forgiveness of others. I did releasing. I did manifestation. In those 3 months, that's when I really got into like tarot reading, but I didn't use tarot cards. I started off with playing cards. That's why often when I do y'all's readings, y'all will see that like I be pulling the cards, but it's just like for visual sake. And I don't see the cards the traditional tarot way. I just see it how I see it intuitively. Like sometimes by definition, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just painting a story. Sometimes it's not even about the card, it's about the imagery. That's why I read different. Because I didn't learn with these. You know, I learned with playing cards, so it challenged me to really use my intuition. I started reading on myself in that time of self development, and I would ask every day. I'd be like, Spirit, can I read for someone else? Like, or I'd be like, Spirit guides, can I read for someone else? And it'd be like, no. So I'd continue reading for myself with my playing cards, journaling for myself. I'd ask another day, can I read for this person? No. I got so many no's to the point that I was like, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I finally got the yes. Okay. I finally got the yes. And my first reading that I did was for Divine Masculine, and it was a money reading. And I remember so clearly being like, you're supposed to get some money or some money's coming through. And I was like, but just take what resonates. Like, don't hold on to this. You know what I mean? I'm new to this. And kept it pushing. And from then on, they were like, it's okay for you to read for people. So I was reading on another platform for maybe like a month. And then I finally just started my YouTube channel, and I just kept going. I was doing really, really well on my first channel, and that's a whole nother video. I keep telling you guys there's a lot of content on this channel because I have a lot to share. But I just kept going with it, and I've trusted, you know, that this is what I'm supposed to do. And it took a long time, and it's sometimes I still feel like, is this what I'm supposed to do? But I have daily reminders that this is where I'm supposed to be, even if it may not look like it. Those 90 days changed my life. Like I said, this is not what I planned on doing, but a couple months later, that guy came back and they're like, I got that money you were talking about, you know, and I didn't even remember, because like when I say, Ashley, I think you so, it'd be like, I'd be done. And I didn't even remember. And I was like, oh, who are you? He's like, I'm the guy that you did your first ever reading for. You know, and that's like on a public platform or for someone that I did not know. And he's like, and I got the money. And I was like, that's great. And that was confirmation that this is where I'm supposed to be. Um, and the reality of this journey is that it's not easy, you know, especially if you're doing it the right way. All right. It's not supposed to be easy. If it's easy, then that is questionable. You know, that's questionable. Some parts are easy, but there's this behind the scenes struggle that we don't really talk about it. We've started to talk about it, but before it wasn't really spoken about, and we just all look like we just out here doing the thing. And no. So again, that's another video speaking on the realities of this spiritual journey. And you know, that was like my first solid indication that this is what I'm supposed to do. And then I started doing past life regression. And once I started doing past life regression, it was it. Once I started finding out who I truly was, that was it. It was a wrap. I'm fully in. So, finding yourself, that's how you know. You know when you find yourself. In the in the process, in the journey of finding yourself, if this is what you're meant to do. And sometimes it's not specifically this. Sometimes it's doing, being a spiritualist in your own field or in your own craft, or bringing your spiritual knowledge to something that may seem mundane. And it's really not. It's all valid and it's all important. And I would definitely say that discover who you are, discover who you have been. Those are gonna be answers. I'm still scratching this thing. I was trying to finish it by the time the video ends, but I don't think I'll be able to because there's still a lot more to get through. But finding yourself, go on the journey, ask yourself those hard questions. That's how you know, that's how you realize. Asking yourself the hard questions, checking yourself constantly dive into your old self. Like, for example, today at work, I died 4 times. And it became a joke because I was like, I'm dying to my old self. Yeah, but it's just checking yourself, checking in with yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, on this earthly plane, also in the 5D, asking your guides and ancestors where you're supposed to go, how you're supposed to get there. It's all about discovery. That's how you realize you're meant to be on this path, or you realize what your purpose within this path is. And I think that's very important. What is your purpose within this path? Ask yourself that question. Is it to be a practitioner, or is it to take what you learn and the skills that you develop and bring them to something new? Like, for example, right now, medicine. Y'all, doctors are also seeking out spiritual enlightenment. Like, for me personally, I met a doctor. We did a reading, so we had a whole session, and they sent one of their patients to me. So it's like finding where it fits into your life, into your specific path. So I really hope that was helpful for you guys. I'm getting kind of tired. It's 1:22 a.m. So check out that angel number if you do get to this part of the video. Check out angel number 122. I just want to thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Make sure you like this video, share this video with someone who may need it. Comment down below what you thought, or if you have any additional questions, or you have more things that you guys want me to talk about. Make sure to subscribe if it's a vibe for you, and turn on all your post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Adjessi Majesty, and check out my website www.adjessimajesty.com. As you guys saw, my ebook is coming out soon. If you were able to attend one of my masterclass, then you did the first chapter of my book. I will make more free master classes available so you guys can test it out. And it's a journey you can go on yourself. And I'm so excited for more videos and to get to know you guys more. Thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed already. And yes, I'm loving this energy that's flowing, and I hope you guys feel it too. Sending you guys so much love, light, healing, and protection. May your light shine bright and take flight in your highest grace. Good manifest, and I'll see you in the next video.